Here we have an Asus ROG Strix RTX 3090 video cards, 24 gigs, that came in for repair. And we get those cards in exactly the same model every single day. The card looks like this. And as a matter of fact, I have another one here. And I have another one right here. 3 cards, exactly the same cards. What's wrong with the cards? They usually suffer from a short circuit on the 12 volt line, or they suffer from no 1.8 volts or low voltage on 1.8 volt rail. Let's check and see what's going on with this one. We're gonna start by measuring 12 volts. We have 3 power connectors on top, 1, 2, and 3. So we can measure at the current sense resistors, or we can measure at the coils. Let's start by measuring this coil. We have 0.46 voltage drop. Normal. Normal. And we have a short circuit. For this model card, that's very normal. So the problem is a short circuit on this power connector. What does that mean? It means one of those DR MOSFETs are bad. We have a lot of DR MOSFETs here. We also have DR MOSFETs on the left side of the card, but usually it's this line here that's bad. One of them is bad, and usually it could be number 2, number 3, number 4. It's rare that we have anything down on the bottom based on my experience working with this model. What we're gonna do is inject voltage at the short right here, and we're gonna monitor under the thermal camera to see if we see any heat on one of those DR MOSFETs. Heat will be extremely minimal because the board is very thick, and you can barely see any heat coming out of any specific MOSFET, but we're gonna have to pay attention. Let's inject voltage. That's the DR MOSFET number 4 from the top, right there. That's the bad guy right here. Say hello to the bad guy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I do not want to apply heat here. It takes a lot of heat to desolder this DR MOSFET, and any heat applied here can also spill to those caps nearby, and those caps can pop. And what happens when they pop? I always mention it. They go straight for the pupil, for your eye. So what should we do? Some viewers would suggest Captain Tape, and they do not know that Captain Tape will not prevent those caps from receiving heat. Those caps will still receive heat even if you have Captain Tape on top. That's not why you would use Captain Tape. Those caps will get the heat. Even if heat spills from the bottom, it's gonna cause the cap to pop. We can put a shield, and that's one way of doing it. A shield that would go like this. I can heat up and take out the DR MOSFET. Usually what I do, I like to remove 3 caps. Those are not through-hole caps, and they are a pain to desolder and resolder because of the plastic that you have on the bottom. When you apply your soldering iron, plastic is gonna melt. If you apply hot air, plastic is gonna melt. We can apply hot air from the bottom to remove them, and we have to do the same when we solder them back on. So what we can do is we can put the shield here, and we can go that route. The chip is out. We're gonna prep the pads quick while the board is hot. Hit the iron while it's hot, right? That's the only way you can mold it. Now the pads on top, they all connect to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one on the right, the pads on the right, they all connect to each other. 1, 2, 3 on the left, they connect to each other. Let me turn the anti-glare light on. Now, one other thing I want to do just to be on the safe side is to remove the parallel MOSFET. In case it got hit somehow, we do not want it to cause any issues. This MOSFET may still be good, but just to be on the safe side. We're gonna check and see if we still have a short circuit. Meter in diode mode. And we're gonna check the first inductor that we initially had a short circuit on. And do we still have a short? 100% no. Awesome. 0.4 reading. The voltage drop is gonna go up as the board cools down, but right now we have 0.4 voltage drop. Amazing. Let's go ahead and replace the MOSFETs. But I just wanna tin the second MOSFET. And I've got Flux white. If you're in the same type of business or you are doing this as a hobby, you can purchase the NorthridgeFix white Flux from our site along with all the tools that you need. NorthridgeFix.com. Click on shop, add to cart, checkout, pay. And we almost always ship out same day. We are good to go. So the chip was not sticking and I had it backwards. I thought I had it the correct way. No problem. All right, and we are done. Just a quick cleanup. We're gonna measure for a short again, even though we already did. And we're gonna give it a big bust to reassemble and test before he leaves. Almost time to go home and probably last repair for the day. Today is Friday. And tomorrow I'm off. After tomorrow, I'm off. After tomorrow, I'm off. No, I wish. I used to work Monday through Saturday, but then I made it a habit to take Saturday and Sunday off. Because life ends and work does not end. I do enjoy my work, but I also enjoy my family. And everything I'm doing is for the family. So what good is it if I'm doing this for the family and I cannot be there? Defeats the purpose, right? The card is assembled. Now the thing is, I see an arrow here. I did not pay attention to any arrows. Or maybe the arrow is pointing to the shorted connector. Look. Let's look at the screen here. And we're gonna power the computer on. 1, 2, and 3. Fans are spinning. I see lights on the card. And that's a good thing, because before it would not show a light and no fan spin because of a short circuit. Look at this. The card loaded. Awesome. Let's log into Windows and we're gonna firmware a quick test. Awesome. Look at this. All right, and we are done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video. Amazing.
When the signal starts to fade away and the logic's gone astray, Alex brings the circuits